My name is Jim Cromer. I was just a private back in 1969, and as we look on this wall, I see my reflection on the wall and realize that it's good for me to still be above ground. And I was over there in 1969. It's been about 40 years because the conflict ended in 1975. And it's kind of sad that a lot of the parents of these soldiers that fell probably not living today or real sick. I hope they really get out to view the wall and see. There's a lot of conflict back then because it was an unpopular war with the American citizens and everything, but I hope this wall here today, like it says, it's a healing wall, will bring a new inner peace to us and the people that's on the wall to realize somehow that they're being honored. And it's really nice for the USC Spartanburg to have this wall here. And I gotta thank all the older enlisted sergeants that took care of me while I was a young private. I was just 19 years old when I was over there. I turned 20, I had 28 of November 1969, so when I left the 15 December, I was 20 years old, so there was a lot of things I didn't understand then and I later understood. And so this wall being here today, I hope it brings a lot of closure to a lot of the other Vietnam veterans, both living and deceased between the 40 years since then.
On Veterans Day 1996, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund unveiled a half-scale replica of the memorial that commemorates the Vietnam War in Washington, D.C. This monument to American soldiers was designed to travel throughout the United States, commemorating their sacrifice for our country. Bringing the wall home to communities throughout the nation allows the souls of those memorialized to exist once more in the peace of familiar surroundings.
2007-2008 is our 40th anniversary of our university. We felt that we wanted to do something to honor our alumni and our faculty who served in Vietnam, and then by extension the Upstate at large. We made application for the wall in February of '07. We were notified in May of '07 that we were successful in our application. We began meeting with veterans groups throughout the area. We've had wonderful support. We've had a lot of corporate sponsors come on board, and it's just been an honor and a privilege to have the wall stop here, and we are just so excited that people are going to be able to come and visit it.
Since its dedication, the Wall That Heals has visited more than 250 cities and towns throughout the nation, spreading the memorial's living legacy to millions. As part of its 40th anniversary celebration, the University of South Carolina Upstate brought the Wall That Heals exhibition, featuring a 250-foot replica of the original Vietnam Memorial in Washington, D.C., to their campus.
Basically, the Wall That Heals is a half-size replica of the wall in Washington, D.C., and it's owned and operated by the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund, which is the organization that raised the money to build the wall in D.C. So we're directly connected to the wall in Washington, D.C. We travel all over the United States for 10 months out of the year. This year we have 22, 23 sites that we're going to be going to, and they range from California to New Jersey. We're going to be up in New Hampshire. This is as far south as we're going to be this year. But we'll be coming back to South Carolina in November, and we're going to be at Clemson in November of 2008.
The traveling exhibit, known as the Wall That Heals, gives thousands of Vietnam veterans an opportunity to view the wall. This time of reflection allows many to find the strength to face the past, the courage to pursue their future, and the comfort of healing.
Yeah, the wall being here in Spartanburg is really special for a lot of different people and a lot of different reasons. First of all, it can be a focal point for this community to not only remember those that have fallen in Vietnam, but also to thank the veterans that served during that time that maybe have never been thanked before. It also gives a chance for people to see at least the replica of what the wall is like in Washington, D.C. And some people will never get a chance to travel up there, although I wish they would because it's quite powerful. but this can be just as powerful, just as healing, just as emotional, and just as a uniting of the community together, at least for one cause, as the wall in Washington could be. Yesterday we rode in on motorcycles. There were over 1,000 of us on motorcycles, and riding in from Landrum to see the school kids out waving flags, whole factory shut down. Their employees came out, saluted, waved, thumbs up, hands over heart, flags flying everywhere. That was just a moment that at least I'll never forget, and I got a feeling there's an awful lot of other veterans that's riding along won't forget it either.
When I entered active duty, I had the goal to be a nurse, to be a midwife, to be in the happy part of nursing. The Army had other plans. In schools, we were taught how to teach patients to care for themselves when they were discharged. The average length of stay was approximately 10 to 14 days. We cared for mothers and newborn babies. We cared for small children with infectious diseases, broken bones. We cared for people with common ailments who went home. We cared for people in clean environments. And we learned that nurses only worked 8-hour shifts, and some weekends. We did not understand the workings of a respirator or an intensive care unit. The patients that we learned to care for did not have to worry about bombs, grenades, snipers, infiltrators, booby traps, claymore mines, and the ever-present sound of helicopters. We lived in cleanliness and laughter and happiness. I quickly learned of a very different world where my values were challenged and my newly gained skills as a nurse were severely tested. But we met the challenge, and despite our relatively novice skills in nursing practice, the survival rate for the seriously wounded was 83%, the highest survival rate of any war.
When I got in country, I looked for my fiancé, and he had been killed 2 days prior to me getting there. He was an Army 82nd. With this, I just pinned on his butter bars before he went over, and I never saw him again. So I always go to look him up and stand there and give him a kiss. I also visit each of the 8 nurses that were killed, and so many of these patients I know are mine, but I do not have a memory for names. There is much that this nation needs to understand about veterans and those that serve, because they give their heart to this nation and they truly believe and want this nation to do right for other people. They want the freedoms for other people like we have.
The Wall That Heals travels across America, addressing not only the loss, but the lives of the more than 58,000 men and women whose names are inscribed there. Our parents, our children, our neighbors, our friends. The Wall That Heals is an opportunity for America to honor those who've served. It's a site for our heroes to be enshrined and return symbolically to the places they once called home. It's a fountain of healing for the many veterans who walk among us today. But most of all, this wall is a reminder to us all that freedom is not free.